Is expression of life. It's bring you into my world, what I love, what I feel when I dance, when I'm happy, when I'm sad, all my emotions all mixed together. I'm bringing it out to just entertain you and immerse you into my own world. Entertainment is life, entertainment is God, entertainment is love.
It's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies. How you doing? Obiajilu Ugbo, importer. Why are you looking at that? Importer, exporter. How you doing? How is business? Let's talk about business now. So,
Business is a bit slow. I will not lie.
Are you for real?
Yeah, it has a season. So sometimes sales are not just one here, two tomorrow, and all that. But during the peak seasons, the celebration, maybe Easter is coming now, so hopefully it will pick up at the time.
But I like this hair, though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I've been admiring it since. I just might buy it too.
Are you sure you're that daring?
I'll just buy
This color.
I'm emerging. You never know.
It's not me.
I've just been admiring it. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I was really excited yesterday when some of the reviews for the care mentorship started coming in. We've just done 4 modules, and they had to write what they have learned, some of the things that they are beginning to do. A lot of them had anger issues that they are realizing that's not the way to go, emotional awareness and all that. So reading, tears just dropped down my eyes. And I know that we're not much, so I'm able to follow up on everyone. But I'm happy that it's making impacts already. I'm seeing the results already. I don't need 100 people in my class. I just want people who come in to be able to have that positive effect on their lives afterwards.
And you see, there are millions of Nigerians. Trust me, there's a market.
I know.
You have to just be consistent over time. You know, people need help.
I'm not in a hurry.
People need help, and trust me, to grow over time. Fantastic. Well done.
I believe. Thank you.
Alaja Nima Akasha Zibiri. I'm calling Alaja. This Alaja, you must enter Hajj. We must do Hajj. We will escort you. But that day you are going to Hajj, we will have a follow you to the airport.
When I'm going on the Hajj, I will announce so that
yes, we'll be there to support you.
To buy all the things I will bring.
Absolutely. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm grateful to God. It was my elder sister's birthday yesterday. The Ada of the house. So
the firstborn.
Oluda, yes.
I saw her picture. She's so beautiful.
Did
you post it?
The most beautiful one before I took over.
Oh, please.
Happy birthday, sister. She's Agbodesi Miriam. She's now Miss Absalam Akohia, but well, okay. Happy birthday. I love you. I already sent my greetings and everything ahead. I sat down yesterday and thought of how a troublesome younger sister I was. Because I couldn't cook till I was maybe 16.
Wow.
Because she held the house down. They had to find a way to force me into the kitchen. So I'm grateful to her. I'm grateful for her mentorship.
Leadership,
yes.
Modeling nature. She looks really modelly.
She's a giving person.
I can see from
she's never tired of giving and always complaining that she has not given enough. I mean, that I cannot match it. I'll just be there with good conscience, minding my business.
That's fantastic. So my daughter came to me and said, Mommy, her shoes are tight. These are shoes I bought in September.
These kids are
They've never finished 1 year. I said, I was now thinking, do I force her to manage it to the end of the term? It's really hurting, but can I just cut it a bit and let her? I don't know. I'm just thinking of
get her shoes now.
I just thought that, man, I can't be buying shoes every year now.
No, you can't be. You will be buying shoes.
I bought it in September.
It doesn't
I'm waiting for the next September to buy another pair.
No, these kids are growing and you're feeding them well, so they need to grow.
I'm like,
please,
honey,
Mariah, after the show, go and get shoes for your girl.
You don't want your girl to learn from you from what to do. You know, Gufran wants her shoes changed per term. So what she does is, there's a way she peels off the leather, pushes her toes, and I'll just see the toes.
Because I'm like, at least you can walk, right? Say, Mom, it's painful. Pain is beauty is pain. Manage it.
No. Feet pain, you can't. I suffer from that. It will give her all that body.
After the show, please go and get shoes.
Please.
Anyway, no problem. We'll see.
I'll go to that.
Expensive.
Don't worry.
Go and get shoes.
Don't worry.
Let's go on a break. Second term last year, we're not at that third term.
It's
Right
for
back. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, we're going to start with the nation. El Rufai, 19 APC governors endorsed Buni's removal. Picture here of a tanker burning in a filling station in Mushin. 60 returnees freed from Ukraine test positive for COVID-19. 7 men raped a 13-year-old. Air Peace, Max Air, United others form alliance. Many killed in bandits' attack on Deputy Governor's convoy. Senate refuses to amend Electoral Act. Abba Kyari's extradition suit for hearing March 23rd. Okay, which story? Let's start with the human interest story.
Yes, I have 2 stories quickly there. So, medical doctor Miss Tura Shogunle yesterday narrated before an Ikeja domestic violence sexual offences court how a 13-year-old girl, was allegedly gang raped by 7 men in her neighborhood. So this happened in 2020, and they had accused one 20-year-old fashion designer, Rashid Fashola, who had pleaded not guilty. So according to the father, while they were taking testimonies in the court, he said he sent the daughter out on an errand to buy something, and then she came back late and complained. So I think two other guys brought her back, and they checked her and realized that she had been raped by these number of men. So she was taken to the hospital and she was checked. According to the doctor who checked her, said they didn't notice any form of struggle or bruises. She was quite calm while the check was going on, but they saw bruises in her vagina, which showed that something had happened. But they also mentioned that probably they didn't bring her the day it happened, so they don't know if she had taken her bath because they didn't see a semen. So the case is still in court, and hopefully this poor girl will get justice.
I hope they succeed with that.
And also, let me quickly mention that, you know, we've been talking about these rape issues. We're not praying that it happens, but when this sort of thing happens, the person doesn't need to take a bath. Don't clean. The way you are, just go to the hospital to
go to the hospital or go to the primary healthcare centers within your local government. You get a rape kit for free. Swap, and that's all before you clean.
So I think every parent should identify the primary health centers within their neighborhood and let everybody know. You know, just make it public knowledge. Another story in Nation.
The deputy governor of Niger State was almost killed by bandits, and he, on the instructions of the governor, according to the Nation, was responding to a killing that happened. Bandits had attacked a village. I'm trying to get the name of the village, and killed 68 vigilance group members and other civilians who, you know, they attacked in that village, in Kanya village in Niger State. So he went there himself and his members of his staff to commiserate with the people of that locality on the killing that had happened. But unfortunately, then drove into another attack by these bandits, and they shot at him until a military group responded. He had gone to that place with the commanding officer of Zuru Army Barracks to console family members. But even with the presence of military, these daring bandits attacked the convoy of the deputy governor and shot at him to the point he was only able to escape. They also killed people on that entourage with him. So this is becoming something else. Every life is important. Even every Nigerian life.
The audacity.
To have the audacity to someone who has protection, convoy.
You are ready to match them weapon for weapon.
Yes, so maybe we are not using the right force to face these people anymore. I
was going to take the story of the 6 Nigerian airlines have formed a strategic alliance. It's called an operational alliance. It's called the Spring Alliance. What that means is that these 6 airlines, the Air Peace, Asman Air, United Nigerian Airlines, Arik Air, Aero Contractors, and Max Air have come together to have the Spring Alliance. What that means is that if you have a delay problem with one airline, you can actually be transferred to another airline. That's a fantastic thing for them. And you see, when we had a presidential aspirant come recently who said that when he was talking to businessmen, he said, what do you want us from government if I become president? And they said, just leave us, let us do business. You see, if you allow private sector to run the way, this kind of alliances, suggestions, solutions will be developed because they're saying we can support each other where we're having scarcity right now. People are having delayed because we don't have enough fuel. Let us help passengers. So this will be beneficial. So our passengers, protect them whenever they have a problem with one airline and respond to support. So they are thinking of their customers, not their pockets.
How to satisfy their customers. And there was also something they mentioned. They said they are open to other African airlines joining. So this started in Nigeria, but other African countries who are interested can come in. So that this is going to make our journey seamless if you're traveling and there's an issue with
government has no business doing business. Just leave it for private sector and they'll come up with great ideas.
Solutions.
Any other thing?
The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, reported that 60 Nigerians evacuated from Ukraine tested positive for the COVID-19. They, 24 hours after we had received the lowest figure since 2020 that COVID-19 started, we now recorded 118 COVID-19 infections, and 60 out of them the people who just came from Ukraine. But they didn't tell us what they are doing with them, if some of them are going to be isolated, how serious it is. We don't know all of those details. Okay,
moving on quickly now to The Punch. Buni's lawyers, rebels, colluded to procure judgment-stopping convention, says El-Rufai. Petrol tanker explodes, Lagos filling station burnt, many buildings and people homeless. Mob lynches suspected Ondo motorcycle thief, police arrest 4. 9 killed, many injured in Edo Ogun road crushes. Bamishe reps ask FG to investigate murder, decry female killings. Airfare hike looms over aviation fuel price. Marketers predict 700 naira per litre. And NBA Lambas Umahi sacked governor, hires 18 sounds to battle appeal. Okay, which story are we taking?
Major headline.
Major headline, go ahead.
Okay, so yesterday, what can only be called the betrayal or a conspiracy, the chairperson of the APC was removed and issues were brought to the front burner. The governor of Kaduna State shed light on all the issues. So according to them, the convention of the APC has continued to be postponed, and they found out a grand conspiracy within the party. The lawyers of somebody had gotten an injunction to stop the party from carrying out certain functions within the state, within their party. And the chairman and his lawyers went to court. They did not vacate that injunction, rather they agreed and submitted to the injunction. And they did not bring that matter before the National Working Committee, other members of the committee who could also decide on the matter. They kept it mum. So what he said was like they are planning that all their candidates they will do the election just before the deadline of INEC. They will run their party primaries just before the deadline of INEC, and then fall into that situation they had in Zamfara State where their parties are not clearly picked and then will lose out at the courts. The planning. So, this has already, of course, provoked 19 governors of the APC to be against the chairman, and they have supported the new chairperson, who is the governor of Niger State, to take over the chairperson of the party for now. And the secretary under the Memala Buni's own committee is saying, Alayo, the governor of Kaduna State is bad-mouthing his boss because his boss is not in the country, that, he's surprised and he has a lot of defense. But he was also, I think he should be answering why there's a court injunction that would go to the root of their winning elections, and that injunction is still in court till now.
Okay.
There was this a tanker that exploded at Mobile filling station in Idioro, Mushin area of Lagos. Idioro. Mushin area of Lagos. That's your area, right? They said the fire started about 1 p.m. The tanker was laden with 33,000 liters of petrol, was discharging its content at the filling station when it caught fire. So and then I think it affected about 3 buildings, damaging millions of naira and many people homeless. So some residents, especially one of them who was complaining that he was going out and he just all of a sudden saw fire, and all his credentials, the mother is a caterer, all their equipment, everything that they have is gone. They don't have, in fact, the only thing he has is just the outfit that he was wearing. And he kept complaining and saying that they have been reporting the matter because that petrol tanker that caught fire had been packed for over 24 hours. So if he had come to, discharge petrol, why did he have to wait for that long? That they've been complaining about that filling station for a very, very long time, and now this is happening. So
really sad
really
story.
sad.
And I just hope that they're able to. I was going to take the story, but let me just quickly go on a break. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Introducing an all-time mega offer. Get over 50% discount in the Airtel Home Broadband mega offer. Buy a router for just 10,000 naira and get up to 240 gigabyte or a MiFi for 5,000 naira and get up to 125 gigabyte bonus data. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Not one, not two, but 3 reasons why Provest is best for you. 1. You save up to 22% on your payment. 2. You get to save and invest. To save or invest. 3. In just 9 months, you get your land and documents hassle-free. Rollout Provest is for you who is looking for a tangible return on your investment while saving costs.
Hurry now.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. And I was going to take the story on the National Assembly have mandated this Committee on Police Affairs and National Security and Intelligence to ensure the compliance with the resolution of the case against Bamishe's death. One of the lawmakers, Minority Leader Ndudi Illuminator, presented a resolution saying that the rampant cases of violence, incident rape, and ritual killing of our women folk, a call for urgent intervention. So according to her, this rising cases of violence against women has caused criminally minded persons in various parts of the country to cause this crime against these women. It says that the trend is alarming, worrisome, and therefore need for urgent reaction, and they need the House to ensure that investigation is thoroughly carried out. Now, the worry is that there are various conspiracy theories coming up from different angles, and it's important that we stay focused on the matter. As we have said before, let the police investigate. Let us see what's going to happen. And the governor of Lagos State has reiterated that they will leave no stone unturned to ensure that this girl gets justice. So I know it's easy for us to get emotional because everybody's pain and angry.
Yes.
But in our pain and anger, we must exercise restraint. Very, very important, so that more of these doesn't deteriorate into something worse than where we have right now.
In case of exercising restraint, so the Ondo State Police Command on Wednesday said it arrested 4 persons for allegedly killing a suspected motorcycle thief in Ondo town. So what happened was the gang of thieves came to steal motorcycle, and they were able to be chased. They were chased away. I think one of them was caught by the youths and taken to the police station. Then after a while, one of the people that were chased away came back to look for his other gang members. The youths were upset, and then they burnt him to death. But the police has, waded into the matter. They've arrested 4 suspects, saying that jungle justice is no longer allowed. If you catch any thief, take them to the police station. Let the law take its course.
Okay, moving on to Daily Sun. Electoral Act Senate rejects Buhari's amendment request. Court fixes March 23rd to hear FG's request to extradite Abba Kyari. Why National Assembly rejected gender bill, says Ikwenife. Strike. ASU yet to meet government's demand, says federal government. Buni Edo-Dehen to resign as APC acting chair and secretary. 708,000 enrolled for the 2022 UTME. More lawyers fault court as Umahi deputy others appeal judgment. Okay, which stories are we taking?
Major headline. So the Senate yesterday, the president had sent back the electoral amended one for the Senate to debate Section 84 and amend again. This is so that they can allow appointees of the appointees of elected officers, that's the president, governors, and all of the, and all elected office holders, appointees, which under that section would have to resign before they can contest for any office. And he sent it back, asking the Senate to look at it again and see how they can amend that, or give room for his appointees to be able to contest the primaries of the APC. According to the Punch, they took the officers that they're suspecting who have interest in contesting: the Minister for Justice, Malami, Minister for Transport, Amechi, the Minister for Labour, and all of those people. And they say the Senate then debated. Enyinaya Abaribe, who is the Senate minority leader, was saying, this is not democratic. In every democracy in the world, if you had to go for an office, you would have to resign your appointment to be able to contest for an elected office. And so they just voted it out. So that did not go. But they also passed the crime bill. The crime bill is to ensure, to provide, I'm trying to get the detail of, the Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Bill 2022. That law has now been passed, and is to ensure that any proceeds of any illegality, any property bought as proceeds, anything acquired from the proceeds of any criminality or illegality can then be taken over under this new bill. So we have progress.
Okay.
Yes, so ASU, we know that they have been on strike since February 14 over the face of the federal government. And one of the issues they are highlighting is that payment platform, UTAS, which they want to use as against IPPIS. Now, the federal government is saying that it's waiting for ASU to return the UTAS for another round of testing. So they brought the first one and they've tested it. They said it did not meet up to the criteria. That with this sort of platform, they need to check certain things to ensure that it meets up to international best practices. And they know that ASU has designed it, but will it be easy for people who are supposed to use it to work? The finance departments, budgeting department in universities, the bursary department in the universities, will it be easy for them to use? So they are going to be checking it against criteria of the people who are going to be using it, not necessarily ASU themselves. And they say it has not met up to the standard. So go back, redo it, and bring it back, since you are rejecting IPPIS. So it's been a back and forth. I don't know why they don't want to settle for one platform. And I don't know why ASU is insisting on using their own platform. I don't know what they are fighting
against
for.
Their employer.
Yeah.
Well, I know that this thing is still debatable. Let me take the story from the issue of the gender bills. I'm on that story this season.
Go ahead.
So the lawmaker from Anambra Central Senatorial District, Uche Ekwenefe, has said why the lawmakers did not vote for these bills. According to her, she revealed that some of her male counterparts didn't vote because, let me see what she said. Most of the men did not vote because of culture, norms, tradition, customs, religion, and so many other considerations. According to her, they lobbied very vigorously to ensure they got their colleagues to vote. But unfortunately, many of them did not. But this would not deter them because they will continue to represent those bills, and they believe that sooner than later, they'll be able to get their colleagues to accept the 35% that we're demanding. You know, it's just that the thinking that we have to constantly try to make them understand. It's not easy, but it's hard. But I mean, I think everybody has said it generally that policy must change. Because we actually, before we start seeing the difference we want, policy starts with the policy. So if you can't win with the policy, then we're not going anywhere. So we'll continue to represent. And thank you very much for clearing that up for us. Moving on quickly to Vanguard intrigues as APC tows Buhari's line zones chair to North Central. Umahi, deputy appeals sack by lower court, insists judge erred. Airlines groan as scarcity of aviation fuel bites harder. No preferred bidder yet for national carrier, says federal government. FG begins evacuation of stranded Nigerian students from Sumy, Ukraine. Bandits kill 13 soldiers, 5 policemen, vigilante members in Kebbi. And ASU to Nigerians, don't allow elected leaders destroy varsities. Okay, which story are we taking in Vanguard?
Governor and because, you know, a court in a state had said he should leave office because of his defection, which is what we're arguing the day. Another court had said he should stay in office even though he had defected. And he got angry or said something out of anger that, you know, the judgment was executive rascality. He addressed the judge in terrible ways. But the NBA has called him executive rascality. The NBA in the state are saying that this is wrong of him. But in details, he has appealed that judgment in an Abuja Court of Appeal, asking the court to, you know, uphold his stay as governor till the end of his tenure.
Okay, so I was going to talk about the update with Nigerians in Ukraine. So we are taking, I think you took the story yesterday, that the Nigerian in Diaspora Commission had posted a tweet confirming that they've been able to get many of these children out of Sumy. They're trying to move them. So according to them, read exactly, it says that in a tweet yesterday by the NIDCOM, posted a video of students on transit to Lviv, a city in Western Ukraine. The commission tweeted yesterday that now on the train to Lviv, and that they were showing the fact that the minister of Geoffrey Onyema had said that he's delighted and mightily relieved that the evacuation of Nigerians from Sumy has commenced. And according to him, their thoughts are our prayers. So, I mean, there are lots of, a lot of worry being expressed across the country about the children in Sumy especially because they were being bombed and many of them were having to go into the bunkers for safety. So many of them are sending out videos asking and demanding that Nigerians, the government should bring them home. And we're happy to say that here from this report, it seems that they have begun commencement. Doesn't mean that they've all been removed, but at least the federal government has started. The process has started. Thank you. Let's go and moving on now to another place, Nigerian Tribune. How much time do we have? Let's see. Okay, the Nigerian Tribune APC convention, we talked about already. Just ignore that story. 6 Nigerian airlines form alliance, we talked about that already. Why food prices may rise, says Afan. IU heads Osun PDP governorship appeal panel. Bandits kill soldiers, policemen in Kebbi. Police parade 200 bandits. 4 SAN, 16 other lawyers to defend Abba Kyari. Senate throws out Buhari's fresh request to amend Electoral Act. And Umahi appeals court judgment sacking him. Okay, story.
We've taken almost all the stories.
Okay, there was one that I was interested in. Food.
What did they say about food?
All Farmers Association of Nigeria in Oyo State said that they've expressed the fears that prices of food may rise in 2022. According to them, the exorbitant prices of farming inputs is going to be a factor. Wow. And they're saying that prices of chemicals are now more than triple of what they used to be. The same for the fertilizers. Land preparation has also gone from 5,000 naira to 12,000 naira sometimes, and 15,000 naira in other cases. He also said that the cost of farming inputs and other associated factors have driven up the cost of food. So they are saying that, yes, it's harvest season, but there's a possibility, strong possibility, that food prices will go up. And we can also understand why.
It's already
fuel scarcity is already there. Transportation is there. The cost of getting these fertilizers in, the cost of the dollars, So all these factors have ripple effects that come to us.
The fish I used to buy 4,000 naira. I just realized they've been selling it 8,000 naira now. So I had to call my people to order. See, you will count it.
Crayfish. I remember when I came to your house, I saw a bucket of crayfish.
Yeah, no, that's how we cook a lot in the house. Everybody needs, if once I buy this one, I'm not buying again. If it finishes, we eat whatever we have. And I can imagine a lot of households that are not making as much. How are they going to survive this period?
I said we bought meat on today's Thursday.
Yeah.
We bought meat on Saturday morning. By yesterday it had finished.
Whoa.
And this is meat for the house. I said, what did you do? We cooked. I said, they'll not be cutting onions, pepper. They'll be cut, just to fry egg. You see the kind of rodo they'll put and onions they'll put. I said, this is onion, just one onion, one. They'll garnish it, now put everything.
Everybody has to adjust.
My children still throw food away.
Please, no more. Tomato paste, that's our new stew. I can't come back to myself. Let's go on a break. When we return, it's Thursday. It's our gisting day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
As a teacher.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
kádàrá Allahu àkàkàjù. Àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ kú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
Kọjú wa sọ yìí.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
Bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi ti sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
Àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ tó jẹ́rẹ̀ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ lọ́mọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkéyọ̀ mọ́ tó mọ́ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows.
Thanks for staying with us. So, I must say first, Your View, we don't like talking about people. That's the truth, but because life happens to everybody.
Yes, sir.
And we are not saints on this table. And we're all women. Life happens to anybody. Anything can happen to you. But we like to learn lessons from people's experiences. And that's why we bring up issues to highlight some lessons. Now, the story we're talking about is a story that has been trending for a while. Nigerians have been talking about it. People have had different opinions. But the angle we want to talk about this issue from is the angle of polygamy. How do we accept or understand polygamy in modern times? Now, the reference point, obviously, is the recent case of a popular celebrity, Mercy Aigbe, who's recently married a man who's a Muslim. And the story out there, obviously, the first wife isn't happy about that. And she claimed that she was Mercy's friend that introduced Mercy to her husband at the time. And saying that Mercy had been a problem in her marriage since her baby was 5 months. These are stuff she has said, and there are different angles to this. But the man has repeatedly said on camera in public that I am married to 2 beautiful women.
Hey.
Acknowledging that she's the first wife and Mercy is the second wife. So why is there still a problem is the question, because he's a Muslim and it's accepted. Why is there still friction? That's the real conversation. Although I know that there are different angles to this, but it's important for us to understand it. We're not in polygamy, we're not Muslims, but I know you're a Muslim, but it's something that we should have. So let me hear your thoughts before I come to Nima.
I think it's painful when you have a plan with a man and then things go the other way. If you got into that marriage with an understanding that I can marry more, this is my, whether it's culture, tradition, or religion, I'm entitled to marry for, and I have hopes of marrying more. And we have a conversation. And then you start seeing somebody else, okay, I'm thinking of marrying so-so and so person. I need your blessing. The game is usually different when it happens that way, where you buy in the first wife into what you're planning to do. We see that in the olden days. It's even the first wife that will go around welcoming the second wife and the third wife, just because she's been carried along. But the problem is where you have told me from the beginning that you are my one and only, Loriro. And after that, I now allow myself to bring in friends in the home, and then you like one of them who probably enters your eye, and all of a sudden you start doing something secret, and before I say Jack, you are married to that person. The pain is usually hits different. So what I would say is, I think women, we need to start telling ourselves the truth. Anything can happen. Life happens. In marriage, no matter how sweet it is, it can change tomorrow in a twinkle of an eye.
Simple.
Somebody can catch your husband's fancy. What do you do in that situation? Do you accept it as what is? and find a way to move on, whether you want to stay in the relationship and, you know, focus on your children and all that, or go away from the relationship, or do you want to keep being toxic? Because the more you complain, the more you are afraid, you are hurting yourself. The people have moved on with their lives. They are having fun, taking pictures, going around, enjoying their new relationship, and you are taking in all of the pain, anger, which may cause health hazards to you in the future. So how do you now quickly adjust to what life brings to you is what we should be talking about. And also, monogamy is not for everybody. Let us tell ourselves the truth.
I'll come to that. Let me pause you for a second, because let me get your initial thoughts before we dig further. What are your thoughts on the fact that it seems in this situation, polygamy is a difficult pill to accept? And how does a woman come around it? I'll come back to the issue you said earlier about being friends, because according to Mercy and Igbe, they were never friends. Because talking about the toxicity they were talking about, it becomes more toxic when it seems that somebody is throwing in lies and trying to manipulate the situation. You know, but I mean, we'll come back to that, but let me hear your initial thoughts and we'll go to that.
So, for me, polygamy is permitted in Islam limitedly. But the promise of the bed, also in Islam, people don't like to talk about that. Promise of the bed is also permitted, such that a man marries a young woman at the point of, you know, all the promises you're making to her, you'll be my one and only and all of that. Lori. And then, because life happens, you can change the promise of the bed. Muslims that are watching, go and check the hadiths of the promise of the bed. So when you're marrying a young girl, a virgin or something, the promises you make to her, you would uphold, or God will uphold it against you. That's in the hadiths. But because life happens, you have to change. What makes polygamy difficult is the disrespect that has been normalized along with it. So on the side of the wife coming in and on the side of the groom, even if you do not require the permission of the woman at home to marry another woman, you give her the respect and dignity that she feels had been taken away at that time. It is extremely important. And because you need to give her that respect, for the man, you need to have that sit down and talk. You need to redraft whatever promise of the bed you made. You need to re-strategize whatever, you know, plans you have to keep certain promises. So a man that wants to marry a new wife and your wife is insecure and scared, you need to reassure her. You can't just come and say, well, kill yourself. What kill yourself brings is what we call ile olorogun ogbawere in West Africa, in the Yoruba language, where you see a lot of toxicity, such envy, such negative energy around the house. But men who have succeeded with polygamy have put it well. And they succeed with it every day. Then on the part of the woman coming in, you cannot come in. I was just talking to my producer for my Rights Radio on Tuesday after the show on our way home, that the problem with women is that when you come into a home, you say to the person that you met at home, who probably did 20 years, in the minimum, say 2-3 years before you are coming in, because rarely do we see them coming together. And you are saying to that person, whatever you have done, whatever sacrifices you have made, however you have contributed to this man, I don't care. I have come, and you will shift. Such insulting languages. No, those things don't make polygamy. Okay, so you're coming from a friendly point of view. You know your place. And you say this to this person, I have not come to upset you. I have come to make this home for you. No matter what sacrifices you then have to now make, because you are coming in when somebody has made it comfortable. This is what I usually say. Maybe when you married your husband, he wasn't the kind of man, when she married him, he wasn't the kind of man you see now. She made him. Sometimes he made his mistakes on her. He became a more understanding man on her. She put up with a lot of things, and now he's a better person. You're saying all of that does not count. I really don't care. We go and kill yourself. All those kind of nonsense.
In that examples you've given, I understand. But if we go back to the reference point, the truth is that there are so many angles to this. The fact that, according to Mercy, she and this person, because right now Mercy Aipe is a celebrity. This also changes the dynamics. Because if a man marries BC today and tomorrow he wants to marry Nima, nobody makes a big hula baloo about it. But if Nima is one of the biggest celebrity, it becomes a story worth talking about. That's number one. Number two, Mercy was saying that I'm not friends with this woman. Obviously, the woman lives in a different country.
Yeah.
So in her own mind, I'm not in your space. I have created my own space in Nigeria. So would you say that if I have created my own space, how am I affecting what is going on in your own side? That's one. That's number two. Number three is that, according to Mercy also, she said that she and this person were never friends. Because that's a he say, she said thing. But because the lady was saying something that Mercy has been a problem in their marriage since 5 months, alleging that her husband was probably cheating with Mercy on her.
Yeah.
Mercy was saying that that's also very false, because according to Mercy Aibi, she said that the birthday that you said that it was me that invited you to that, Funsha was saying that she invited Mercy to the birthday party. That's not true. That was High B Pictures that invited her to the birthday. That's the celebrant, Adekasi's brother. You know, there's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm bringing up this angle is that when the first wife seemingly wants to be toxic, even though the man has respectfully carried his second wife to a different country, she's not in your face, why is it still hard for you to move on?
So who determines the respect? You on the outside or the person who's at the receiving end? It's the person who's at the receiving end who say you disrespected me in such a way, okay? So I know that when things like this happen, sometimes our perceptions are, will I use the word whacked in such a way that the way things happen, we no longer see it as it is. We are now, we've been clouded with emotions, and things can change. You may not be able to say exactly at what point this happened. So let me give you a scenario here. I remember when I was in the university and somebody had a babe that I did not know. I didn't know. I now started the relationship. In the middle of the relationship, I now realized that somebody was there before. But my Indaboski nature, we're there. Nobody stepped down. Because in my head, well, if you were that strong, I wouldn't have been able to come in, you know. And then I noticed that the person started becoming friends with me. She was coming close to me. She would come check on me, ask me how I'm doing, help me bake, you know, do things just to, you know, be my friend. And
but she don't know that you're dating her boyfriend?
She knew.
But she was becoming your friend?
It's a strategy. It's a strategy. So she started becoming my friend. But in my head, so when my friends will now talk to me, they're like, she's now your friend. I say, let's get this clear, because tomorrow it will be that I took my friend's guy. That's not what happened. You guys know I don't know this person. She's just coming close. So it could be that situation where you now realize that my guy is going out with this person. Let me paddy her. So that she will use her good conscience to say, I don't want to break her heart, she's my friend, and drop it. It could be that way. It could also be that somebody is lying in this situation. It could be that somebody is lying.
Let me go on a break.
Okay.
Let me come back. We're going to, because I want us to wrap up with the Mercy story, Mercy angle, and focus on the other angle. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria, on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Thanks for staying with us. So we're still discussing the situation with Mercy Aibe's story and then linking it up with polygamy. Now, I had the privilege to call Mercy last night to get her own side of the story. And one of her concerns was the fact that this person has said that she was a problem in her marriage when her own child was 5 months. According to her, her child, by God's grace, will be 12 years this year. The birthday party that this girl allegedly invited her for happened 9 years ago, that her child was 3 years old. There was a problem in your marriage on 5 months. Why would you invite me as your friend to a party, your husband's party? That doesn't make any sense. That she was never friends with this woman, that High-B Pictures or so, who was Daddy Cass's younger brother, was one that invited her, as well as other people in the industry. So the reason why I'm bringing up this angle is that there seemed to be a lot of he said, she said, you're lying, it's not true, this is what happened, that's not what happened, that is going on. To smoothen out the polygamous structure, how do we ensure that coming in is smoother and where the person in front, no matter what happens, now this is whereby they're taking your husband, this is whereby you're in a different country, I'm in a different country, and things have happened in the past, but I must accept that you are now the new wife.
Hey.
How is that possible? I mean, so we're trying to really make sense of this. You and I are not in a polygamous marriage, so we don't understand it. But as you said, life happens to any one of us.
Life happens, yeah.
Tomorrow, Mr. Brown can say, well, Mariah, I'm done, and I can walk out.
Yeah.
I must just accept,
so
life has happened to me. I carry my children and move.
No, you can stay. You can stay.
I can even stay. Yeah. I say, okay, auntie, take that room. We are staying. So life happens. We can all make different choices. But we're saying that where she said, you're lying, how do we smoothen it out where everybody accepts their own region? And everybody's happy. Their own territory, and accept and move on.
So, in this case, there was a photo shoot. There was a lot of pomp and pageantry around Mercy.
Because she's a celebrity.
Wait.
A celebrity. If it was somebody else, so they will not do photo shoot.
No, now. You see, on her part, there was no caution.
On Mercy's part?
Yes, there was no caution. And even, what's his name, the man Adekas, there was no caution. They didn't care how that woman was feeling. And none of them, I can say it categorically here because the woman has come out over and over to talk, checked on that woman's feelings. They said it didn't matter. But you know, what would have been nice?
What if there was an issue between Adekas and the first wife, where they had separated? What if that indeed they were separated for years?
Countries. Of course, and they've had several years
of separation. If that is a possibility.
If you ask a man who is marrying a new wife today, you and your wife, you say that one. Hey, what I put up with. Yes. Her head used to bend like this when she's sleeping. In fact, if she's sleeping, they will always make it ocean inside the soup. If he starts, he won't stop with the faults that he will count.
Yeah, true.
But the man in love will tell you that I married an angel.
Yeah.
So, yes, issues must have come up.
Absolutely.
If you didn't want to continue with the marriage, it would have been more honorable. But because
he's a Muslim.
Wait now, I'm not saying he's not. But because you're saying you're a Muslim and you're insisting both marriages sustain, there's more you have to do. Not for just her sake, for the sake of the children.
Yes.
Sometimes children inherit the polygamy fight on behalf of their mothers.
Before.
Let's even assume the woman was peaceful. One of the daughters would just say, hey, is it in this world that this woman is dishing my mother this insult? So because there are so many dynamics that you're going to be facing, somebody has to be the bigger person. I would have expected.
All right, let me take this call. Let me pause it for a second. Good morning, Timmy. Are you there?
Good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yes, ma'am. Please also make a contribution. Also, as a question, as a Muslim man, fine, I want to contribute on the current topic you are talking about now. So, as a Muslim man, since you are allowed to marry more than one wife, why do you then go to court and vow that you are going to marry only one wife? And why is there no penalty for that?
Okay. Oh yeah.
There's penalty for two marriages under our law. It's called bigamy, but there are no precedents. So we're waiting to see. So it's just one of those laws that clash with culture. The people don't believe in it. It was a foreign law brought in under our Marriage Act, and our Marriage Act is as old as colonial times, so it doesn't belong here. Our people here, they can go to, you can have anywhere, they can do customary here, you can do registry 3 times, 10 times, now it's just for the pictures. So the way we do and the way we live is clashing with it. But this is what I was saying about Mercy being the bigger person. So you know you're bringing your alter ego, you're bringing a lot of things into that marriage. For the beginning at least, well, for the meantime that you're coming in, can you be more about the family you're trying to come into? The existing issues that are there. Sometimes the man might truly have issues with his first wife. A bigger woman will say, I am not part of that issues. Can you, for my sake, settle so much as you can? You understand? Okay. And you be that bridge. So that that woman, even when she's coming at you, she's coming at an innocent woman in all class.
Okay, so let me pause you for a second because I have a caller. Good morning, Mr. Hassan.
Good morning, Morayo.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Please, let me correct one notion. This issue of jealousy has nothing to do with whether a woman is a Muslim or Christian. Our Muslim women are not comfortable with second wife. And it's a natural thing with women. No woman will ever welcome it. Leave religion out of it. What I'm seeing here is about women trying to flaunt their husbands. You flaunt your husband to your friends to show them that you are on top of the world. And women, by your nature, anything flaunted at you, you would like to have a taste of it. What I'm seeing here, a lot of women are victims of that. They invite their friends to their homes to flaunt how they are in charge of their home and how comfortable they are. To the extent that even their junior sister will begin to know the ambition of having that man as their husband. Women need to control themselves.
Yeah.
Look, when you talk about Muslim women, recently, our Muslim sister killed her husband in natural state because he brought in a new wife. So the issue of Islam out of it is a human nature.
Yeah.
And you, educated woman, should be very, very careful with this.
Right.
You are very good in trusting your husband. You are a child. You are this, you are that.
Thank you very much, Hassan.
So, Hassan, calm down now. So we should not have friends again. We should not invite friends to our house again because our husband.
No, it's not that. But let me talk about what Nima said earlier, because when a woman gets married, yes, I wouldn't want to go use it to flaunt. But you're happy, you do a photo shoot because you just got married. Yeah. Would you say because you're a celebrity, you shouldn't do photo shoots? You shouldn't have your friends come and celebrate with you, because you are a second wife. So it's also being the bigger person. I mean, everybody, the 3 parties, the man, the first wife, the second, all must be mature. You understand? Okay, this is her time. She's shining. She's trying to do photo shoots. Now, because she's a celebrity, bloggers will pick it up, they'll splash it all over. If she was a private person,
nobody would even
they'll take the photo shoot and move on.
Yeah.
But because she's a celebrity, so now should the first wife therefore understand and accept that?
Let's arrange the photo shoot. Let's arrange the photo shoot well. So nobody knew Messi was married until he made the news.
Yes. Yeah.
So the marriage, the wedding ceremony, why did that make the news? It's
the same
marriage now.
No,
he didn't make the news. Then the photo shoot was now to address that I am married. And you could have, if you stayed it,
and the husband himself has been the husband himself has said it repeatedly that I'm married to 2 wives. He has even been very careful not to talk about his family because he also respects his wife's place, first wife's place. He has been very careful, even his children. Yes, he has been very respectful. He didn't say a word about his children or even his friends. He's been very, very quiet. So respectfully, he's also trying to keep away from this. So I'm saying that what is even the role of the man now in this situation where you are the one marrying this second wife? Well, how do I ensure I protect both sides? Because you love, obviously, both women.
So
and you're going to have children both.
This is where empathy comes into play. If you decide to marry a second wife, you must have enough empathy, love and respect for the first woman, and you must show it. And also get your second wife to show that respect, love, and empathy towards that. So just put yourself in that woman's position. How would you feel if it were you? And even God frowns at it. Take this story of Jacob in the Bible. When he went for Rachel, they gave him Leah, but his heart was after Rachel. And when they came home, he treated Rachel specially. And because of that, the scripture recorded that God afflicted Rachel with barrenness because of how Leah was mistreated. So even God knows and sees all of these things and will fight the battle of the first woman if you treat her. The scripture says, do not, I can't remember the exact word now, but do not forsake the wife of your youth. If you treat her in a way that is not pleasant enough, even if you are getting somebody else, God can afflict you. So we need to be very careful. This relationship I talked about in the university, when finally it was obvious that it was BC who won the heart, it was difficult for my guy to say, come and be going. It took him, he said, I can't do that. And at the time, something happened in the lady's family and she lost a loved one. It was just a very difficult time. He said, I can't do this to her. I'm just going to be quiet and let things fizzle out. And it took years. But what happened? I was patient because I understood how she would have been feeling. So if you're coming
so you didn't stay in her face. You stepped out of it.
I had to hide myself. In fact, she didn't even know that we're still on till it was traditional marriage. She didn't know. For years, she didn't know.
Let me pause you. I'll come back to that story. Let me take this. Josephine, are you there?
Yes, Mariah.
Good morning. You're live. Oh, Josephine. How are you doing? Good.
How are you, Nema? How are you, PC?
Yes.
God bless you.
Yes, go ahead.
This issue, Mariah, this issue is so touching. This issue is so touching. I feel for the wife. Because according to the story, this man is not anywhere. This woman made the man who he is.
Really?
And
I didn't hear that part.
According to the story, the woman is a career woman. The man wanted the wife to relocate to Nigeria. She said she cannot. And I'm also worried why men are so carried away. This Messi has been married to different men. Why won't you keep your own because of flashy things? Tomorrow, it will clear your eye because Messi will still continue because this is her character. This is not her first marriage. This is not her second marriage.
Josephine, let me pause you for a second. Josephine, let me pause you for a second. We all know that Mercy's previous marriage was, the domestic violence was a major part of it. There was a time she was beaten up black and blue. So we know the story. So we never stop. We don't know the cause, and there can't be a cause. Why would you beat a woman? But the point is that there are reasons why a woman leaves a marriage, and that's not even on trial right now. But the fact that Adekas himself, according to the story, he was also an established man. He's a marketer, so he has money. It wasn't as if he was a poor man from anywhere, but he's also a man in no right.
Drag a poor man like this now. Why are you talking like this?
Exactly. So Josephine, just to make sure that you have the right story, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. Just hold on. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Yes. Do you know being a Muslim should not be the yardstick of getting many wives? Did you care to make peace with your wife to know if she will accept it, they should not be putting this religion to deceive people. How is the woman, in part of the woman, did anybody concerned about the woman's feelings? Because for somebody to come and break your home, it's so easy.
Thank you very much, Josephine. Thank you very much, Josephine. So,
you know that. So, in finishing my story, I had to step back and try as much as possible as not put it in her face.
But if you're a celebrity at that time, even in university, where everybody knows you.
Yeah, but everybody knew me in the university anyway. Okay. Yeah, so there was nothing I could do about that. Right. But luckily, he left school. He graduated, so nobody was seeing anything. We're just on our own in school and all that. And he was able to phase it out gradually, and it took years. And it took patience on my part because I understood, and I was trying to put myself in her shoe. How would I feel if this sort of thing happens to me till everything finally died? So what I'm trying to say in essence is we need to pay attention to, if you're getting married as a single girl, there's nobody, you still pay attention to the family you're coming into. You're sensitive to how they will accept you, how they will like you. When you're not coming to a home that's already done, whether or not they have issues, your job there is to come as a peacemaker. You should be the person bringing peace. You should be the person appealing on behalf of the other woman.
Oh, really?
Don't, if he's saying that I'm not going to take care of her anymore, I'm not sending her money, you are the one that, no, you can't do that. I'm a woman too. Please, give her her due. Please, respect her. Please, do this one. And trust me, that woman will come around later.
See, there's something called senior in these arrangements. And you must understand, I had a classmate while I was in university who found a big man. And, she said, because Islam is 4, and the man was a Muslim. And the senior wife is more old enough to birth her. And then when she came in, she got a house. So it became the talk of school. She got a house, she got cars. Everything was just driver bringing her to class. All of us there doing neck like this. So when she had the baby, we now went to the house. We saw the structure. There was no disrespecting. In fact, according to the story, the first wife toiled in the early years of their marriage to make that marriage, to make that man the billionaire that married her. And so he knew her place. At that naming, she came to the house. Everybody, including my friend, was crawling like a lizard to show respect. Yeah, all of us will stand up. We go and crawl like lizards to show respect. I know Mercy. If you leave Mercy as a celebrity, she puts Mercy as a celebrity in front of this marriage. She should not say she's in a polygamy. She should just accept that she's the only wife. She has divorced the man. She's ready for a polygamous arrangement.
She will do it right.
She will do it right.
Who is doing it right? Mercy should do it right.
She will do it right.
And you'll be the example because she's the one that brought this thing outside. People marry every day, 2 wives, 3 wives. It doesn't make headlines. But she's the one who brought this family and their private lives here.
Outside. But
so she will do much more.
What role do bloggers play in this? Because bloggers are the one that brought that. They are the one that...
item. Now she unfortunately full show whatever it is. I did not know her until this. This was story item Mercy that brought her out. Mercy needs to do more. To keep the privacy of this home much more than answering, we're not friends, so ask Abby. You see, that's the lamest thing.
Responded.
That's a petty answer. No, I didn't know responding to what bloggers are saying.
I have to wrap up on this.
There's class in discretion.
I like
there's class in your silence. Even when the news is flying around, it is not that by force, today, now. You must respond. Since this matter broke, every time the thing break, you see Mercy's version. Why do you need to tell that version? Why not prove that version to your other side? So that the woman, whenever she's talking, say me, they should go and learn from Kwanwan. And the wives in Kwanwan's house. Even the one they married the other day, all the wives were there, their children were there. They were all, that's how polygamy is done. It does not become pepper scatter every day. Then Radicals is doing a photo shoot with you, and then they are showing old photos of you. They did not even have old photos.
No, they did not show.
Even the woman,
the person when they go their house, when they snap the photo. Wait now,
the woman, no, you've been talking since. You got your point. You made your point.
The person has been stealing the pictures that they have been using. The person did not steal any photo shoot in their parlor.
That's what they say.
The woman that is claiming that she and Mercy are friends, she has never provided photos of friendship. Only better they use them. I beg, leave that matter. I beg you. I have plenty.
Ask me and you for our photo.
I'll bring it out.
There's what they call stooping to conquer.
Yes. Okay, we have to wrap up.
She needs to learn to stoop to conquer. Win the love of everybody and win the love of the first woman. So if actually they had issues in the beginning, no, listen now.
I'm listening.
coming to somebody's home that has already been built. If they have issues in the beginning, the way she shows love and respect to this person, that one will just carry back and I don't have a place here. Two of you, I bless you, continue your enjoy yourself, and then she will move on. But if it becomes like, I'm the better person, I'm the more popular person, I'm the superior person, it will be causing more hurt to this first woman in question, and she will be laying curses everywhere up and down. It's just
anyway, I have to wrap up. I think the truth is that there are always different sides of a story, and I think putting myself in the heart of Funsho, the first wife, I can understand she'll be upset. Nobody would like the fact that my husband, who I loved and I started with, will be somebody else. Of course, that's a pain that we all have to, that I can understand. At the same time, I agree with you that the point where Mercy came in, things could have been somewhat calmer. You know, understand that this is the second wife matter. But I guess, according to Mercy, they've been dating for a while, so everybody knew, but it was until the photo shoot came out that it became general knowledge. But just like you said, discretion. You know, there's a way you do it where that you do it quietly and peacefully, and there's no issue around it. Empathy. But at the same time, I don't think she needs any serious approval, you know, from society. You don't need to speak to anybody. You don't owe anybody any explanations anymore. Moving on, our own job here is to elicit lessons because we from your experience, because we heard the story.
Explain to us.
So that's the public matter we have to wrap up. But polygamy is a reality that we may have to face and accept. It might happen to you, even if you're not a Muslim. It happen. They do side chick there. And then they buy side chick house now. You don't buy side. So all of us, no matter how,
prepare your mind.
Yes. So as a woman, we'll come to the messages now. So as a woman, self, if you're married and you're happily married, you're lovey-dovey, somewhere behind at the back of it, just look, just in case.
Just in case.
What will be my option?
Should I stay?
Should I go? Should I position? Should I waka?
Simple. And take messages.
Take messages.
Okay, Festus Akimbewa says, problem is many. Many of our Nollywood female celebrities, especially the Yoruba ones, are arrogant and have become married wreckers. The first wife has every right to be bitter, especially when it appears the new wife is deliberately provoking her. Somebody is blessing BC for quoting the Bible to support polygamy. Dolani Robert says, fair women, mummies of the Nollywood, showing us examples these few years. It's so disheartening why you all want to marry your friend's husband like when I know they fear God again.
Don't be a friend's husband, no, Nigerians.
Closer to your marriage is a no for me. Make I no come cry.
All right, I have to go. That's all we can take on this. Move on to other stories. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup?
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script?
Check.
Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR?
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. Thanks for staying with us. So Thursday, we like to talk about family relationships to learn from each other so that we can have a better society. So another story that caught our attention is a tweet that says, marriages in Nigeria and most parts of Africa are sustained by women. You can argue this with your village deity. Women in general put up with a lot of XXX just to make their marriages work. Now, linking this to the issue of polygamy, that because you want to save the marriage, your children, you have to be the one to make the sacrifices. Some are saying, is it time we allow, we should switch it, where men are the ones making the sacrifices. What are your thoughts on this? How are women indeed the ones sustaining marriages in today's times?
In today's time or yesterday's time?
Sometime Memorial. That's a yes.
I think for me, women have been the ones sustaining marriages because the society has made it that it's the woman that builds the home. No matter how crazy the man is, they get a lot of support for bad behavior, but the woman will not be allowed to even raise a voice or complain. They're like, it's not an issue, go and sort it. Go and beg him, go and kneel down, cook for him, make sure you give it to him, left, right, and center, find a way to give him peace, don't nag him, don't do this, do that, and men are excused for their bad behavior. So because the woman is bearing children and not everybody will want to leave the home so that another woman will come and maltreat their children, they stay there and ensure that their children are grown. But we've also seen that when these children are grown, the women start acting. A lot of elderly men that I've seen are complaining that their wives now treat them badly because the wives now feel, I have nothing to lose. I've raised my children. One is in Canada, one is in UK, one is in this one. If you do, I'll carry my bag and go for Mugo. And these men are left almost abandoned. And when the children now see how their father has treated their mom over the years, they tilt their love when they grow towards their mother. And so it's not paying anybody. So for me, yeah.
I like that angle.
For me, the generation of it's only a woman that builds the home needs to end. It has passed. Women are now waking up. It's 50-50, bro.
I think husbands are also, men are also waking up because lots of men are now participating.
Yes,
so what you just said is so important because they've seen that their mothers are obviously getting the attention. Their fathers usually are left in because men, a lot of times, I know a man that was complaining bitterly that his wife has been in the UK for almost 8 months.
The wife is running away from
House girl has been cooking horrible food for him and he's tired. And I also know my mother-in-law was not able to travel because she had to stay with daddy for a long time. So I can see, when you said that story, I now remember that man lamenting seriously.
Yes.
And then, but when you talk to the children will not say,
it's my mom that did everything.
Exactly.
It's mommy I know. It's
so
mommy
I think this active participation of men today is welcome and is important for us to continue to harp on it so that more men can take responsibility today.
In those days, when mothers married, they knew the roles they were marrying into. If you like love, you were marrying to come and home make, nurse, groom, and all of that. In fact, they had classes.
That's true.
So you prepare the young girl. As a small young girl, you'll be told every day, is this how you be delayed when you're in the kitchen? You go marry, as in, that was there. Unfortunately, our own generation after our own, because even our own, we got the training. The generation after our own are still falling in love, but the men are finding housewives and nurses and housemates. And so there's a clash. The women are now wondering, how do I get on with this? And so we see the level of divorces. It seems like women don't understand what is happening. Women make home, women sustain marriages. All those roles are overwhelming for this generation of women because the same generation of women were told career, successful, go-getters, and all of
make money.
And so the place of compromising, making home is confusing, largely for this generation of women. They don't know where to start. Yes, they don't know where to start. They are falling in love and looking for life partners. That means you're bringing your 50 and bringing my 50, we make 100.
Yeah.
Both parties are members of the home. We're bringing in everything. We're doing everything. And some girls, I was talking to a young girl yesterday, and she said, he spends money for me, but he's too demanding. When I now asked her, what do you spend for him? She said, Shebi, I used to go there sometimes if he wants to. I said, okay, sex is what you give. As in, you don't have money to give.
It's something.
When I will ask the guy, the house was always dirty. And you will come to the house, you will collect, but you will leave the house.
Giving is giving.
On a side
bring
note,
something.
On a side note, people don't talk stuff like that with me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
You're too serious.
No, if you have
like when younger people, I thought they, but they don't talk to me. They don't mention this.
No, you're too career-ish, serious.
They've never,
Mommy Gio kind of person. Do they bring prayers to you? Did they bring prayers?
No, they don't. They just talk to me about just. I mean, I don't. They never come to me and say this kind of things. I don't know why they do.
Tell me, jeez.
You can ask. You can. I asked. So this one's. I have a younger one. I've been asking since. Nothing. This one is secretive.
How do you ask that kind of question to a young person?
Because I'm not asking. Okay, imagine.
So how would you ask?
In 2020 towards 21, I had a girl I was sponsoring in school, and I forgot to ask. And suddenly, as in pregnancy, just bites you like mosquito.
Jesus.
I didn't even know she had a relationship.
The one in my house, I have never in my life had a conversation with her on relationships, who she's dating, where she's going. I just think that I just assume she's career driven, she's focused, and I just move on.
You know why that girl's pregnancy shocked me? I counted her last period. We saw it together. I bought the part. That's as in, if you live in my house, I want to know your cycle.
For real?
I don't want problems.
I need to pay attention.
You have daughters.
Girls grow.
I have 2 girls.
Yes, you need to start practicing. So start by asking them.
Yes,
you can.
But see, okay, let me. I think also because I lived with my brother, and nobody ever asked me that. I grew up alone. I was responsible. Nobody ever really asked me those kind of intimate questions because once you're 18 in America, you're an adult. So you're treated as an adult. Although that thing affected me because when I got into a car accident, I said this before, and I got $100,000 as a compensation. I used the money and I lost the money. And that's why in the stock market, some clown was my banker at the time, and he took out all the money. I lost exactly over $40,000 in the American stock market because my brothers looked at me as an adult.
You could handle
They didn't want to ask me questions. Okay, how are you spending it? Or what happened to the money? They didn't ask me one word till it made out to $2,000. So, what happened? So I lost that continuous interrogation. So when I have someone living in my house, I always assume that you're an adult.
In this
do what
place,
you gotta
we
do.
ask you till you're 30. As long as you're under my roof.
In fact, when I was married,
I'm still taking care of you.
Grillo
I
did
will
not
ask you,
permit
who just said you today?
Are you
Do you
for
have
real?
anybody like him?
And they'll tell you?
Yes, who we gist.
See,
So I've started practicing with my
go-
daughter as well. She's going to be 13 next month. We talk, how was school today, what happened. She'll tell me, this person was looking at me. I just told him I have to focus. My mommy says we have to focus on education first. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I hope she's listening to all the things I'm trying my best. But we have that conversation. So if any name pops up like a James or a John, and the father's like, who is? I already know.
No. Okay. Let me take this call for Adedoyin and I'll come back to you, Nima. Oh, I think I lost that call. I'm so sorry,
Back
Adedoyin.
to our topic. Let's not deviate from
No,
what
we can deviate. We're learning from each other. Go ahead.
What we're talking about when it comes to women knowing their roles and how they have worked so hard to keep their marriages. So I think times have evolved and we need to evolve with it. We can't keep doing things the same way and expecting to get a different result. So it was easier for our mothers at the time to just stay home and cater for the needs of the children, the husband and everything without the pressures of going to work, coming back late, pursuing one career and the other. Times have changed, economies have changed. People are, even when a husband and a wife are working, they are struggling to even feed. So it's not sustainable anymore to say, okay, stay home and nurture. Our roles have also moved, and that's why it's very important that the new marriages we're having now, you have an understanding that, uncle, we're doing 50-50. If as a woman I have to go to work early in the morning and your business starts late, please help me. Take care of the children, bathe them, feed them, take them to school. No, we have to. Because the truth is, you're not doing it. You're not doing me a favor by taking care of your children. My daughter, my last born now, prefers the daddy bathing her. You say, once daddy is around, no other person except me or daddy. If I'm around, she wants me. If daddy's around, daddy will bathe her. She's seeing that connect. Tomorrow, I will not come and tell her that your daddy is a useless man. She will look at me like, no, it's not the man that was taking care of me. She's following up in the program, and children remember. They always remember how the father has taken care of them. So if you're afraid in your old age that they will run away, sow the seed now. Your children will remember, and they will look after you. So we need to change some of the ways we do some of these things.
Yes, but those days we had men that, did so much for their children.
Now you are the special father.
Your first daughter is already in love with her dad.
No, I'm talking about you. You had a dad was very focused.
My father was
he was involved.
Yeah, my father was involved, but he had no choice. He was alone.
My father came from a polygamy where he had to be a big brother and sister to his younger ones early. So he transferred it to his children. And talking was normal. I appreciate that talking. But as a girl growing up, the first thing you want to do for your daughter, if you're as a man, you must connect with that girl. You must do something that, if your wife is away on Umugo, your daughter will be the one asking the mother, what will our father be eating? How will he be coping? For Muslims, I used to say to my mom, this one you are spending too much time. I'll marry for my father. Because he had the right to that companionship, So I'm a daddy's girl.
How dare you?
I said it to my mother several times.
That you marry for your father.
Yes. And I used to say to her, God save you so that you live longer than him. If he outlives you, I'll marry for him. I will never leave him lonely and be sad and miserable. I never.
But okay, let's unpack that a bit also. So marrying, I will not use your dad as a contrary, but when a man is a certain age, and maybe his wife passes on, you will say they'll marry a younger girl for him. And I'm thinking that young girl is like somebody is totally taking her world from her and putting it under a man who probably already has children that are older than her. And this lady is now forced into, and I'm linking this story now, I'm packing the other story, because you took me there with your example. And I've seen that situation where a young girl is married to an older man, a fairly older man who is old enough to be her father. She's there because, okay, he can take care of her, provide for her needs and everything, and she's somewhat happy. But you're bringing her into an Orogun house where there are children who are older than her. When the man now passes on, she's left by herself. Difficult for her to remarry. My question, therefore, is that should we continue this practice, this cultural practice of marrying somebody for a father or marrying somebody for an older man?
May I quickly address it since I've started it? So the children must understand their role. If I married for my father and my father passes, that wife, her children, are my responsibility. In fact, they will not lack. And if she chooses to remarry, her children will not lack. If I chose to marry for my father, even if you didn't, you inherit his children. That's Africa for you. You take care of.
But there's no customary law that writes it out. This is just your own moral compass. This is you. There's nothing that the reference point. This is how
that's customary. That's customary.
Yes.
That's law. In fact, the younger children, the more dependent and vulnerable children, will be first provided for when they are doing traditional sharing.
Yeah.
Okay. They cannot be left to say these ones have grown. Immediately they are giving the elder ones, pay, this is your burro, till school to finish. That's how they arrange it. But it's more wise to, you know, when you're marrying for your older parents, to marry someone of their class who is just a bit more healthier. So that in case there are any things that they're adjusting to, you don't have to then be in their marriage.
Let me take that, because we need to talk more about this. Let me take Adedoyin. Adedoyin, are you there? Hello, Adedoyin, are you there?
Hello, yeah, I'm here.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My own, can you hear me clearly?
Very clearly.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, my own contribution to this topic is different a little bit, because every man, advice for every man, because an average woman wants to take ownership of the house. Of course, we know that. Understand? But for me, every man should take a responsibility of, you know, that developmental stage of every child, the house. Because whether you like it or not, an average woman is selfish. By the time you have kids are actually grown, you understand? You travel, you go and see them, go and do a mugo and what have you. Regardless of what happened, you left the man, you understand, in the house. But at the same time, between men are polygamous.
I didn't hear most of what he said.
Yeah, out of discipline, we tend to like, okay, let us stick to one wife and one.
I don't know, it's not very clear. Can you hear him? It's not very clear.
When women leave for Mugo, they should not forget that they left a man at home. This idea of, you know, he's 50 or something is not balanced.
So marrying away from their husband.
Let's talk about this marriage thing, because the culture is so rampant within us, where when you see a man that has lost his wife, within 1 or 2 years, if I want a small girl from one place, I say, I got love daddy. Now, putting her entire life pause, obviously.
Well, they are not forcing the young girl now. Nobody's forcing you to be in the relationship, and I don't see underage girls taking to, you know, cater for his adults who have decided, I'm in love with this man, I want to spend my life. No, sometimes I have a living example. So if you was it okay? That was last year. I lost my stepmother, and my father was, you know, now he had to be alone. All the kids are grown and out of the house. I just realized that there's somebody in the house now, for real? 28 years old.
Are you serious?
Yes. It was her choice. I've spoken to her. And what will I do? I will support her, because in my head, I need somebody to look after my father. He's in his early 70s, I think 72. That was last week. And he needs somebody to talk to. He needs somebody to gist with. We can't be on the phone all the time. I have my own home. I'm living in Lagos. He's all the way in Delta State. So it would be insensitive of me to say, no, daddy, you cannot remarry, or you cannot do this one, or you cannot do that one, or you cannot be happy. Or when I'm faced every night, I'll hold my own husband and be robbing him, and there's nobody to look after my father. It would be unfair.
Why does a 70-year-old man need to be looked after?
My father is a sportsman. He is strong. He will need somebody to
at 70?
Companionship, basically, not looking after, so to speak, but companionship. And he's okay. He can afford to take care of the person.
I know what I'm saying. Okay, let's leave it. Let's not put it away. Talk about
I just give that example because some parents, somebody chatted me a few months ago, a guy who is in his like late 30s, that they were having fights in their home because the mother had died like 5 years now, and the father wants to remarry, and he was not having it. When I finished him, I said, you are selfish. You are married. You have your own home. You don't want, your father has stayed for 5 years. You don't want anybody somebody to marry him. Why? That's wickedness.
What is a 70-year-old man doing with looking for wife?
I don't understand the question you're asking.
Wait, what is a 70-year-old man
looking for a husband?
Because I'm a woman.
I don't understand.
A man.
We are wired differently.
We're wired differently.
What does a man 70 years? Wait. Let us understand this. Break it down.
See,
you see a responsible
marriage.
Now.
Which one is responsible? What
are
you
responsible men who, at the age of 70, all you're doing is going to go and see your grandchildren, your children around, travel around the world.
They travel with girlfriends. Do you know they travel with girlfriends?
My grandfather was betting children at over 100 years.
You see what you're saying?
See, if I use that
saying these men and men, we should stop these men and men.
So they should stay celibate.
So what is food for the woman might not be food for the man. I'm using my grandfather's template. If his son had lived as long as he lived, he will never lack a companion.
Yeah, they need it.
They need that companionship. Yeah. You see that rub my back, help me to massage the lower back, that back
You
side.
come back, you have somebody to talk to.
That. That the wife is not willing to do it again. She wants to face Omugo.
Guys,
she should permit him.
They need that. Is why a pastor who loses his wife under 2 years, 3 years, going to start finding another wife.
He's a pastor. He was first a man before he became a pastor.
No, why
pastor is a title?
Why is money the punishment?
Bite me now.
Wait,
calm down.
Yes, we will beat you up.
Why is grieving supposed to be doubled by loneliness? I don't get it.
I'll take this call, then I'll come back to you. Johnson, are you there?
I sent for the woman, Sha.
You're live. Go ahead, please. Let me think of my response. We can't hear you, Johnson. Go ahead.
Speak up, please.
Speak up.
Hello, can you hear me?
It's a bit low, but go ahead. Yes.
Okay. I'm Pastor Johnson.
Okay. Pastor Johnson.
I'm calling from Kaduna. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Now, what I do, if I want to do marriage counseling for every couple, I tell them, you the man, you are the head of the family. Consider the family as a company, and you are the manager. But the actual owner of the home is the woman. If you have that understanding, you're not going to have any problem. Women play very, very vital and important roles. The last Valentine, we're having a program, and I told them, myself, I don't have problem with my family. Why? I know women are money. So when my children come if they need anything from school, they need their mother directly. Mommy, we need this, mommy, we need that. They don't come to me, including their school fees. But I make sure I settle their mother on time. I do everything. So if their mother does anything for them, she not then go and tell Daddy, thank you.
She's a
now,
good woman.
what men should understand is this. The Bible says, a wise woman keepeth her home. The Bible does not say wise man. Why is the Bible say wise woman? Because God knows the role of it. That's why he has to put Adam to sleep and created the woman. The woman is very, very vital. The other women like it, and some men will not like it, whether you like it or not, they play very vital role in sustaining and keeping home, except if you want to deny it. Right. And it's very important for us men to come to that reality and understand that the home belongs to the woman. If you do that,
all right.
you continue to.
Thank you very much, Pastor Johnson. Okay, going back to the issue, let me try to help you understand my perspective. My perspective is that I think we need to begin to change that narrative, that is how men are. We can actually begin to say we have responsible men who say, I have married somebody. Unfortunately, she has passed on. She left me with 4 children. I will dedicate myself and my time to counsel these children, to be their guide, to travel the world, to learn, to give back to society, to the community, to do stuff, to give back to the country at large. Let's stop making it look as if every man, because, oh, you are 60, you have some cash with you, you must marry one small young girl to be rubbing your back. It's not necessarily. Yes, if you want to. Mariah, but I don't want us to continue the narrative of, they are men now, there's a man. What does that mean?
Mariah, the truth is a man and a woman that needs this. But society does not permit the woman. So some of them find a way to just manage themselves. And
so as women are managing, let men to manage.
Some women are broken out of that to say, no, I need a companion. I need somebody I can cry on. I need somebody who will talk to me when I come back after a hard day's work. I need somebody to pat me, to tell me I'm doing okay. Some women are breaking out of that.
Did they allow her to marry a younger man?
Who are Holland? Who won't hold on? Now you allow yourself to be hold. Let me put it that way. Nobody hold you. You stand on what you want and you move on. As long as you are not cheating, something happened and you lose your husband, nobody has a right to tell you not to move on. Because the truth is, the person who has died and has gone. Life continues and you need to move on. If it's your thing, everybody has needs and we cannot suppress people or hold people from meeting their needs because of societal standards or what we think is the right thing. So you sit down and you're assuming a 70-year-old man does not need to have urges.
I think
a 70-year-old man
these needs are overrated, BC. They are overrated.
No, they are not overrated.
They are.
Because this one, it's not me that married this person. It was him. I heard the story and I called to confirm.
He is different.
Yes. No. A lot of men are like that.
Don't say a lot of men.
No.
Some men.
A lot of men are like that. A lot of men are still, for some men who are enough to, they are okay with paying attention to their children's needs. They suppress all of this and they feel, okay, my children are still small. Let me wait a little for them to grow before I move on to somebody else.
I know a man who is in his 60s. His wife died of cancer. He hasn't been able to move past that. He's still grieving, and this is like 15 years or so ago. He's still with his children, and his children are all adults. He's comfortable.
You like him grieving?
No, he's not grieving.
Suffering.
No, he's not suffering. No. He's happy seeing his children happy.
Okay.
He travels every time. He goes on boat cruises. Okay. Now I hear he's even running he wants to run for office in this country.
Are you sure he doesn't have a side chick? See, let's be upfront with.
He has told me, Mariah, I don't have a side chick.
Mariah, listen. Most of these men who don't come out to say, I want to take a wife home, have people on the side. And that's even worse. So bring somebody, let us know this person. This is the person I want to stay with after this one has gone.
You've not understood
it's
me.
Better.
You have not understood me. Let
me make this point. Hey. So there are men who make that sacrifice just
exactly.
As women do. One of them is a friend of the house. This lady with the vehicle inspection office. She even brought her father when we used to have the live audience. He came, and she told me later that that's my father. He spent over 10 years without a wife to raise his children. So men also make this sacrifice. Yeah. But that does not mean
that is why I'm saying, wait. The point I'm therefore making,
that all the men
not all men are like that. There are some men that choose to sacrifice. So
it's their choice of sacrifice now.
The majority. But I'm not going to generalize. The majority. Out of that one, since that, how many examples do I have?
One, sorry.
No, but we know that we cannot say grieving is living.
It's not living.
Some of them make these decisions grieving. Some of them make the decisions like that man. He said his fear was, which woman would help me with these children and will not further harm them since they've already lost a mother. So these decisions are tough. At the time you are making them, if God blesses you with the choice of a person who comes in and decides to give you that support. We have a celebrity now who recently got engaged, and she just inherited four children. Yeah, she's blessed because she knows she's coming in. She's a friend of the house. She's coming in. She's blessed with children already, and she knows how to give them love. And yes, the father too. So everybody's eating their cake and boiling. All of them are happy.
Nima, sorry to put you on the spot. Okay, yes, but if your lovely wife, your lovely mother, who just lost her husband, comes tomorrow and says she wants to get married, would you allow her?
Yeah, I will sponsor wedding.
I like this example
because it is one of the silent sooners. We brought emotions in. In my religion, you see needs of the other room are well legislated on.
Really?
Legislated on. But you will now see people be quieting on the matter. No widow should be punished beyond losing a partner.
I don't like that. No, don't make that assumption. You always assume I don't like the other room.
You always speak against it.
No, I'm not speaking against it.
You always want to go the moral route.
No.
Find a way to take care of the society.
Listen, the reason why is because I think that people make it look as if the other room is the most important thing in marriage.
It could be for me.
No, it is not. For some people, it's not the most important thing because there are people who are refusing to talk. And that they've survived years without the other room, and they're still happy in their marriages. But they're not talking because people like you are saying, oh, other room or not the other, and it's not true.
Let me tell you,
you can live in a successful marriage without the other room and still be happy.
Let's explain.
Yes.
Because we are a patriarchal society, men, when they lose their wives, don't lose their means of income and support. They're usually the provider. So, they have the means to provide, and so they can take a wife. But when women lose their partners, they are overwhelmed with where the next meal will come from. They totally forget their sexual needs, and they do have.
They suspend it.
Let me take Johnson.
Not that they don't have.
Well, that room is overrated. I keep saying it.
It's not.
Are you there?
It's not.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
You are live. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good morning, Mariah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Johnson. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. The topic you are discussing today is very fantastic. And I can tell you, I will say congratulations to all these responsible women at home and for sustaining their home. As it is for ladies, also for men. There are ladies who lost their husband early, who didn't marry throughout. I know some. I have an uncle who lost his wife around the age of 40, 42. And till my uncle died, he never remarried. So it depends on individuals.
Yeah,
some people can hold themselves, some cannot. And I will not blame anybody who say, okay, instead of me messing up around, let me get married.
Yes.
So I think that's my point.
Thank you very much, Johnson.
Thank you.
So that was Johnson just helped me to formulate what I was trying to say. Like, I don't want to generalize. It's a choice, but I don't want the narrative that, oh, he's a man, I must find. No, let us not assume that any man that is single cannot hold himself. There are men that can hold themselves.
We're not finding for them, but if they want to find for themselves, we'll give our blessings.
If you want to find, no problem.
Yes, if you decide to find for yourself, I'll give my blessing. But I like that example she gave. This celebrity in question who just, got engaged to a young celebrity as well who lost his wife. I think he's in his early 40s and he has 4 children. Would you say that he should just focus on those 4 children and not remarry? That's a very young man. A very young man. The last child is 3 years old.
Oh, yeah. For someone like that, definitely I would do.
Why? I wasn't generalizing.
I'm not changing. I wasn't generalizing.
No, I thought you said.
That's why I said you didn't understand me.
Let's get it though. I thought you said when a loved one passes on, you should just focus on raising the children, impacting life, going to church, doing this and doing that.
She did not say focus on raising the children. She said you should just mourn and respect
and respect her. So why are you not saying this man's case is different?
I'm saying maybe I didn't say it properly. What I meant is that if this kind of person can choose to remarry because he's allowed to. My worry was any 70 or maybe late 60. You're over 70. I'm not a 40-year-old man is a young man, definitely. We are 70 years old. Your children are probably all married. I have grandchildren.
Age is nothing but a number.
Hey, leave that matter. So 70 years old plus. What are you looking for marrying somebody again?
Age is nothing but a number.
However, listen, everybody different strokes for different folks.
That 70-year-old man may be feeling like he's 40 in his mind. Like I feel like I'm 16. In my mind, and I'm going to feel 16 for the rest of my life. Wow. Do you understand? So it's a number. You are the one calculating because he's not a grandfather, he shouldn't need this and shouldn't need that. His body may be responding differently. So allow him and give him your blessings.
You can control your body, BC. Every human being can control their body. We have to wrap up. Let's take a few more messages and we wrap up.
I wanted to say this,
go ahead.
that you can control your body is good, but you need to have a level of mind, a balanced level of mind to live life well. When one thing is missing, you hear, I have back pain, I have body pain, I have leg pain. See YK is enjoying life at 60. And everything that we are talking about, plus including the other room, is available. So you have a properly healthy person, to enjoy life.
Balanced, holistic life.
Let me take Kelechi. I'll take a few moments. Kelechi, are you there?
You don't just exist.
Good morning, you're live.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, let me start by saying that some of these sensitive issues that border on marriage, is it possible for you can it be recorded, and be sold to, some people like me? Because I need it. Sometimes, I know they get light, to complete this message. I know they get light. They will soon, in 20 minutes time now, they'll take my light. So if it will be possible to record some of these messages.
Uncle, we've passed record level. It's on social media. Uncle, what century are you living in? We're in social media. Uncle, Kelechi, it's on YouTube.
Wait,
nobody's recording.
No verse.
Nobody's.
The last caller, my anger is saying, wait, Morayo. Why I called is, my reason for calling is this. The last caller, Pastor Johnson, called and said that the home belongs to the woman. The thing does scatter my head. Who made home? Who apportioned? Who gave that authority to the woman? I don't know. I don't know how to react to this. This is what Miriam said the other day, that a primary a woman is a primary caregiver and the builder of the home. This is the very thing they teach Christians in churches, especially in Pentecostal churches. That is why our women today do not have respect for their husband, except their pastor. You can hardly see an average Christian sister respect her pastor much more than the father, much more than the husband, much more than the father, much more than the father. Listen to her make a Christian sister. Once she's making a statement, she makes references to the philosophies of her pastors, the do's and don'ts of her pastors. She will never mention her husband. Because her husband is invisible. Their husband is invisible. Their father is invisible. So you understand? So I don't know.
Thank you, Kelechi. Kelechi has given us another hot topic. We'll treat it another day. It's a good point. That's a fantastic point because we have the pulpit has somewhat saturated our entire being. That everything we say is based on what the pastor had said, and a lot of young girls are falling into that trap where pastor said this, pastor said that, where they're not even trying to grow with this men they're dating, to even get some, where both of us are now sharing knowledge together. But it's a different topic for a different day, but I think it's worth talking about.
But the Bible, we may not have any philosophy. Who will you now quote?
Well, you can't read the Bible for yourself. But anyway, we have to wrap. Any other messages?
Okay, yeah, there are lots of messages here.
The other room rights are well stipulated in Islam. We don't shy from important talks. Nuratu says...
This your Quran thing. We have to do it the way you just break down the Quran because they're not like wait. Songs of Solomon now.
Yeah,
Songs is very okay.
It is very descriptive.
Okay.
Nuratu says, please help me ask Mariah if she will not allow her husband, if she will not need her husband's company at 70.
He's my husband now.
No age. Companionship is very important in everybody's life. So if he's not there, companionship.
What I'm saying is that
Delany says you should be able to sustain yourself before thinking about marriage. And this goes for both man and woman.
Charlene Edward says, everyone is different. It is an individual choice. Some men are okay with being single. They find other ways of fulfillment. My neighbor is like that. Osahan Frank says, sex is very important in marriage. Osimo Sundolapo says, Mariah, you have to be realistic. Supposing your father is still alive while mom had gone to be with the Lord, are you saying you or your siblings will always find time to be with him as companions? Niger Maidno says, the other room is so important. In fact, it is responsible for a lot of divorces.
Let me answer that question. If my father were alive today, let me tell you what his routine will be. He'll be going to Yoruba tennis club every time, hanging out with the boys, coming home,
that your
watching
fine father.
Yes, my correct
my five down. Your father is too bad.
No, tell him.
No, leave that matter. He will travel, come out, go travel to see his children, see his grandchildren. You see, I'm not saying a single man who lost a widower, right? Shouldn't be married. That's not what I'm saying.
Pegging the age.
I'm saying that when an old man in his 70s or late 60s lose a wife, the respectful thing for you to just focus on your children. Because your wife, the woman counterpart, will do exactly the same.
Let me share with
you
an elderly colleague in this profession of law that I practice, whose wife passed, and how he's doing it. So he's going to see his grandchildren whenever he's going. He now has a
side chick.
Not side chick, the other woman of his closer to his age. They go together to see his children who are spread everywhere in the world. And I love seeing his status just to enjoy the view. They brought cruise together and sometimes with the entire children. And he still meets his children and knows them.
That's nice.
In the house.
It's a nice story.
But the children ensured that while they are growing with their husbands, that their father does not die early.
Yes, of depression as well.
Of loneliness.
Good point. I like that story. You find a nice woman. Me, I have no issues. You find a woman your level. You find one small girl.
Well, they call these people zaddies. It's the small girls that are after, they want them. Some women love elderly men. They love, that's their choice. They love elderly men, so you can't stop them. That's who they
even some daddy love younger girls.
But
you see,
Father in heaven, waiting.
Hey, I'm just an old man.
See, Mariah,
calm down.
When the man now finally passes, the children now brings a sort of punishment
on the girl.
That's a different topic. But
your
as a young girl,
love life. Your father's enjoyment.
The man's chest will be very grey.
Except now they're not trained on
the chest will be very grey.
Yeah, have you seen my father?
Oh, there will be grey.
No, there's no grey anything.
Oh, your father doesn't have grey. Does he?
He's bloke.
I was like,
my dad had
let me take this call.
Let
me take this call. No, I can't even picture where all the grey hair will be. All the various areas the grey hair will be.
Even young people have grey hairs. Now, don't you have grey hairs? I have grey hairs.
Not that kind of grey hair for old men. Good morning, Dominic. Are you there? I've never thought about it. You're live. Go ahead, please.
I'm your first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
I don't know why.
Sorry, you.
Hello.
The computer is speaking your call. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to be a little bit different.
Okay.
You see, man and religion has compounded the problem of marriage in our lives. Why we need to be very discreetful in this dealing. When you look at Islam, Islam says you can marry more than one wife if you can treat them equally. And I and you know that we can't treat women equally from different homes. So with Islam, we need to look at this. This problem will not arise in the first place if everything...
Mr. Donmig, let me poke your argument a bit. I've spoken to some women who say that if they were practicing polyandry, they have the capacity to love their men equally. Some women, I've been in the room where women have discussed that if they allow me, polyandry is legal. I can marry BC, and I know I love you. And I can marry Nima, and I keep you. And I will love you equally, and I'll treat you equally. So they have argued that it's possible to love more than one wife equally.
So in Islam, the issue is, can you do justice between all four of them? Fairness and justice is not about emotions.
It's not love.
What is in your heart cannot be legislated and controlled. So you cannot determine the level of love just as you can amongst your children. But you must not be unfair in your provisions.
To anyone.
So one cannot be saying, he said that, you know when I married you, you did not go to school, so you'll be my backyard wife. And then one person is in the front yard. All such evil treatment that goes to the heart of hurting the other person and eliciting negativity that brings all this olorogun kind of life of things. No.
It's what should be worked
forbidden in Islam.
And
even God
has to run.
for it.
Somebody just sent me a message and I have to, let me see if I have, I can take this message. It said, according to Muhammad, Allah said, marry 4 wives with a condition. Okay, I think it's the same thing that this man just said. Okay, let me just move on.
You can treat.
Okay, we have to run. I think that's all we can take on today's show. Any final comments that's really important, BC? You have anything there?
They say zaddies are the daddies of all daddies. By Ola Didi. I don't know what that means. Andrew Stratham says, not true, not in today's world. I know people who are 70 and very fit. It shows that Nigeria has been left behind.
Mima says, my parents got divorced. Dad married a 21-year-old girl at 71.
What?
10 years after my mom's divorce. 10 years after my mom's divorce. So after he had divorced the mother, 10 years he married. So someone came to marry my mom, but we, our children, refused to support because we were young. We were young now, and we regret it.
Oh. What is this 71-year-old man?
Stop saying this.
Seeing a 21-year-old man.
Love.
No.
That's saying that.
Love. No. That is
Stop saying that.
That is that's
somebody's
not love.
attacking you on
That's
Twitter.
Not love.
So says, Morel seems to know more about 70-year-old men and what they want.
Come and explain what you know.
Baba's grandpa 71.
No, stop saying that.
71 is not grandpa.
No. 71 is grandpa.
My grandfather was
21. You know, 21 is just 2 or 3 years from 18.
No.
How many years from 16?
People
more
and their preferences.
My grandfather was very active till then. In fact,
height of irresponsibility.
No, I disagree with you.
Okay, thank you for disagreeing with me. We must agree to disagree. Tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Made $1 million from my organic beauty brand. Do you own an organic beauty brand? Oyeta Kokoroko of Okoko Cosmetics in Canada will be live at Bona Expo 22 holding a masterclass. Have you registered to attend or be a vendor? Hurry! 10% off booth rates for early birds. Offer lasts till February 28th. Call +234 702 515 0023 or +234 702 515 0024.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Do you have pots, pans, and appliances taking over your kitchen? A different one for roasting, grilling, heating, and serving? They take so much space, and you're always left with a cleaning disaster. Well, now you can replace all of these with this. ShopX TV is excited to introduce the new Copper Chef Wonder Cooker. It's a roasting pan, Dutch oven, stockpot, air crisper. It's the world's first extra large non-stick multi-cooker that has 14 functions. Cook on your stovetop and in your oven. It replaces every pot and pan in your kitchen. Lock the lid into place and it becomes a Dutch oven, sealing in moisture and flavor inside. Wonder Cooker is made of thick cast aluminium. Look how much thicker we are to the competition. That means it is durable and lightweight. And our innovative stainless steel induction plate on both sides heats the pan quickly and evenly with no hot spots, so you can sear meat in a flash. And because you're cooking with